make the show more professional, but in order to do that, he would have to send me at least a blank check that's good up to $50,000 because there's no way I can afford to be more professional. What are you doing over there?
Being professional.
Did you just backwash the Randy? I gotta go call you back later. There's some kids on the internet that need something to complain about. Good morning. If you're just joining us,
We're professionals. Okay, but in all serious, like no eating on the stream and stuff. But Cool Ranch is the Dorito flavor.
I haven't had Doritos in years, and I had one of those Cool Ranch, and it gave it. Like, I think the reason I had to have it was because the smell permeating the room of Doritos.
Yeah, and it was D&D, so like kind of the perfect time. But yeah, but
D&D
Cool
Doritos.
Ranch is the Dorito. Anyone that tells you it's nacho is stupid.
It's nacho friend.
Yeah, it's not.
Got any more nacho jokes, anybody? Should we just talk about what's happening in the universe?
I guess it's fine.
Okay,
Let's
this
talk
article
about
here,
universe.
this one here from Ryan Gallagher, right?
Mm-hmm.
Middle East dictators by spy tech from company leaked to Google, right? So there's this company called Syndicate, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they're a Chinese company that makes a little box that you, it's like a little suitcase-sized box, and you put it somewhere, and it just starts recording and monitoring all the calls in like within a radius. We've got this stuff in America. We've got this stuff. I mean, this is like a thing. It's not like weird new technology. But here's the thing. This article, I want to shame Ryan Gallagher for just a minute. Can I do that?
Yeah, go ahead. Ready?
So Ryan Gallagher,
Come on, Ryan.
he's over here saying that like, IBM and Google stuff, they're linked to these evil dictators who are spying. Okay, first off, this is made by Syndicate, and Google and IBM have components that went into this, but they didn't make it. It's like saying, okay, somebody used a computer, and on the inside there was an NVIDIA GPU and an Intel CPU, and they used it to spy on someone, so therefore Intel and NVIDIA are evil and they're up to no good.
And they're linked to terrorism.
They're a terrorist organization.
Yeah.
All of a sudden.
They're basically Al-Qaeda.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He even in the article he puts like, we reached out to IBM for comment, and IBM says, we don't control what people do with our products. We don't come to their house and say, hey, don't use that to spy on people. We'll give you a noogie. Mm-hmm. Is a noogie a thing anymore?
Probably.
Yeah. Anyway, so I think it's a kind of an irresponsible article, but everything can be used for evil and everything can be used for good. Bitcoin can be used for evil. Bitcoin can be used for good. What else can be used for evil? Nothing else.
Science.
Science can be used for evil.
We're good.
Oh, good, yeah, and so forth. How many people have used FaceApp? I want to know in the comments right this minute. Where the hell is everybody?
Oh, where is everyone?
Let me just refresh that to make sure everybody's... All right, good.
Yeah.
Who out there has used FaceApp? I need to know. Tell us in the comments. How do you guys feel knowing that your face is now part of
Hey, Zelmarked.
a Russian spy program? Did you use FaceApp?
No.
You didn't turn yourself old?
No, I don't care what I look like when I'm old. I also don't care what
Oh yeah, I forgot about this. Hello.
Yeah. Oh hey, Tasty. Yeah, I don't care. Like, I'm not worried what I'm gonna look like with bangs. Like, oh God, please tell me. I must. Yeah.
It was the rage. I couldn't go on. I log into Twitter like when the first day this came out.
Yeah.
And my Twitter became a nursing home of all my friends. And
Yeah.
I was like, what the hell is happening right now?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, or the same day when the what would you look like as the opposite gender one came out, and like all my Facebook was just my friends being like, here's me as a girl. And I was like, oh, please just stop.
I want to know what you look like as a cyborg giraffe.
Yeah.
That's what I want to know.
There's a face app I would use.
I would use that, like mold my face. Maybe they should do that with DNA, so it's actually like a real giraffe face instead of just your face smacked on a long neck.
Would you get the little like boppers that they have at the top though?
I hope so.
Yeah, I hope so too.
That's what I want to know. I ain't touching that app. It's a wise choice. So when you use this app, the other thing, above and beyond the fact that it's it's created by a Russian company, and everyone, whenever anything's Russian, you can have a Russian tuna fish salad sandwich, and people are like, "Uh-oh, that's a spy sandwich.
Yep.
It's a communist spy sandwich."
Yep, those Ruskies are spying on you through the tuna. Like,
Anything you have that put the word Russian in front of it, and
Yeah.
suddenly it's evil and it's influencing elections and stuff.
except for Russian dressing.
Delicious.
Yeah, gets away with it every time.
Yeah. It'll never be rubbing you the wrong way.
Yeah.
Oh, God. Sorry, that was a bit sour. Kraut. I don't have a joke for sauerkraut. I just wanted to say it.
Borscht.
Totally borscht that one up.
Yeah.
But it's hard to beat.
Oof. Oof.
Well, let's not make a big deal out of this.
All right. Are we making Russian puns or food puns?
Both.
Oh.
Russian food. Borscht is... You put dill?
Because it's just coming off as a little vodka for me, so I'm just a little weirded out by this.
Anyway, we were talking about FaceApp. The other thing about FaceApp is, beside the fact that it's a Russian company, it could be a completely harmless Russian company. It could be a branch of the Russian government, powered by Kremlin technology.
Yeah.
We don't know.
Could be remnants of the KGB still trying to gain control in this ever-expanding and decreasing world.
By making us all look very old on the internet.
Yeah.
The thing that's interesting about this app is when you upload your photo, there's some terms and conditions, and it says that they are allowed to basically do anything they want with your original photo. They can use it for marketing purposes. They don't have to pay you a dime. They can sell it. They basically own the photo after you've released it. There's going to be a lot of weird, tricky stuff because people are uploading copyrighted photos of hey, I've got a photo of the characters from Star Wars. Let's upload
Yeah.
Harrison Ford and stuff. But a lot of actors took selfies and uploaded those without reading the fine print. So now this company has a database of tons of AAA,
Hello.
big time actors who've just yo, check it out.
Yeah, look, Beyonce uses our app.
Yeah, exactly.
Here we go.
And then they've got her original face
Yep.
photo that they're allowed to do anything they want with. Fine print. But listen, they talked to them and they said they weren't going to abuse it. Even though it says in their terms they can, they're not going to.
They super promised, guys.
Yeah, say everything's fine.
Super Russian promise.
Super Russian.
Super Russian promise, comrade. Yeah.
You double comrade promise.
Yeah.
Russian things. Oh no, I spilled my coffee.
Oh no.
Now, speaking of facial recognition, so this is an interesting article here by Evan Greer on fucking BuzzFeed, but I actually agree with him. It's whenever there's a good article on BuzzFeed, you're like, you know what, Evan Greer, you just get paid, buddy. Good on you for writing this article. You just get paid.
Yeah.
So this article is just talking about how this stuff is going to take over the world, and one of the main reasons I wanted to talk about this is let's just get this quote here from Satya Nadella.
Yeah. Hey, Justice, we are talking about just facial recognition software in general, and people just voluntarily uploading pictures of their faces to things that
Just
Russians
joined
can
us?
use. Yeah, if you've just joined us.
Yeah, we're talking about giving up your identity for fun.
To see what you look like with bangs.
I mean, the other thing about stuff like FaceApp is it just shows us how little we actually care about privacy. Any little thing that comes along that's fun, we're just gonna not read the fine print and just throw here's my likeness, here's my face, here's my information. Oh, what do you need? A social security number? Sure. I want to see what I look like when I'm old. So we don't value our privacy very much. So
Yeah, I just downloaded this new app that tries to guess your social security number, but when they guess it, they show you a little picture of a cat. So
I love cats.
yeah, all right.
So anyway,
Yeah.
on to the next thing here. You've got a lot of companies like Microsoft and Intel and all these, Google and stuff, Facebook. They always release these statements this is from a conference from Microsoft, and Satya Nadella says, he showed a slide featuring 1984 and Brave New World, these dystopian, slightly futuristic novels. And he said, I do believe it's up to us to ensure that some of the more dystopian scenarios don't come true. Satya Nadella sounds like John F. Kennedy all of a sudden.
Or if you were don't want a big brother watching everything you do.
Sing it all.
Yeah.
I'm here for the duration. I'm in for this much. I'm in for all of it.
Yeah.
So companies are going to say these kind of things, and I want to stress something right now, especially in America. Companies always try to appear to be hip and groovy and more to the left than the right. They're like, we're not so conservative. Everyone's got their gender pronoun on their business card, and we save the environment, and we would never ever ever do anything dystopian, and we don't do.
Yeah,
but
all their videos have like hipsters doing stuff with ukulele music in the background.
this is safe.
Yeah,
Ding 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 ding.
and like using the app that gives away their privacy, but being like,
So happy.
yeah,
So happy to have Microsoft living inside my body.
yeah, right. The Google nanites barely even register.
I kept screaming no, but they did it anyway, and I'm so happy.
One true Marty, thank you. We're not.
What did One True Marty say? Don't blame me.
Yeah, I voted for Kodos. Are we not?
What? Oh,
That thing.
hey,
Hey, that thing.
we're sponsored as of tomorrow. Like, I'm still arguing about the contract and stuff.
That's fine.
We're not going to say that, but like the original contract that they give everyone, it's like more of a contract for streamers, and we're not streamers. We have to be able to review things, and so
He said streaming.
I have to. What's that? I'm streaming right now, but I have to be like, let me change things around a little bit. So we're still going back and forth, but we're going to be going to another really cool Lenovo event in September, I believe, in Shanghai.
Somewhere.
Yeah. So we got to get a Shanghai T-shirt ready for that. We will. Anyway, back to the whole facial recognition thing. We give up our facial. We give up our facial so quickly.
Every time.
I'm sick of that word.
I'm just surprised we made it this far into the show without giggling about the word facial.
I
Like
didn't
it took
even
us.
need
It
to
took
just
us
now.
pretty far time. Like I'm proud of us.
I had to misspeak before I could. Yeah, this thing's quieter than it should be. Anyway, this article says that it should be banned, but it won't be banned because in America we're in a corporatocracy where these companies who make all these cool ukulele commercials, everything's safe. They do that, but if you actually look for the things that they lobby for deregulation so they can pollute the environment. They lobby for deregulation so that they can spy and capture more data. They lobby for all these things, and they always support legislation that is really conservative because it will make them a lot of money. So they appear to be like all relaxed and groovy and hip and, hey, we're Silicon Valley, check it out. No slacks, we're wearing jeans instead. But they're not. They're here to make money, and image is part of the entire package. Whereas when Satya Nadella says something like this, I'm like, dude, Microsoft is better than most. I'll say that. But they're going to do what makes them money. And if making facial recognition software, spyware, and stuff like that makes them money, they're going to do it. Speaking of John F. Kennedy. Yes, that's going to be the turn the page down from now on. Well, we got a big one over there from Moon in the Glass. What
I hear some days ago now in some countries you can't have likes on your picture, can't have anything in Instagram. It is really true. What do you think about that? When will it be all around the world?
I don't know what that means. Can you give us an article? Somehow send me an article. I'm not sure exactly what you mean by that. But anyway,
5.
we may be going back to the moon in a few years, like maybe 5 years for NASA.
Mordecai.
Right? We haven't been back to the moon in forever. We should have had a moon base by now.
Yeah.
We should be able to
Except for aside from the secret Nazi moon base that's
we should
already
be
up on
there
the dark
fighting
side of the
them.
moon. Yeah.
I mean, if we want.
What is Space Force even doing?
Yeah, what are they? I don't know. We could go up there and blow up the Nazis. That's what we should be doing. But Elon Musk is like, you know what? If NASA doesn't do it, I could probably do this in a couple of years. So, and he's going to NASA for like to ask for resources and help and all that stuff. But at some point, he's just going to be like, and if you read the article, it's like he's basically like, at some point, I'm just going to just do this. I'm just going to like do it on my own, and when I land, I'll wave.
Yeah.
And be like, guys, I'm already here.
I appreciate that Elon Musk is like, oh, did you want to go to the moon? Oh, you just asked. Yeah, cool, whatever.
One of the things
No one's been asking.
One other thing I appreciate about Elon Musk in the sea of sociopathic, almost Machiavellian CEOs. You've got Elon Musk, where in this article here, someone was like, "Don't you think Tesla would be doing a little better if you didn't split your time between your silly space travel thing and your car company?" They didn't say it that way, but I'm changing the words of the.
Did he call that guy a pedophile too?
Yeah, he's like, "Listen, you pedophile." No, he just said, yeah, maybe a little faster, maybe things would get done a little quicker, but he said, I feel like SpaceX is kind of for the good of humanity, making us a multiplanetary civilization. Getting a moon base is the first step to seeing if we can, live out in outer space. So it's interesting.
So we're doing such a bang-up job already.
You can find allies on the backside of the moon, yes.
Yeah.
All right, speaking of more and more political thing, and I'm not endorsing Elizabeth Warren. I'll endorse Bernie Sanders, but I want to endorse Elizabeth Warren. Peter Thiel, he's the co-founder of PayPal, and you see everything right here on the screen, everything he's done. But he thinks that she's dangerous.
Dum, dum, dum.
And let me tell you an easy way to figure out who to vote for. If you have no idea who to vote for, look for the candidate that makes the banks angry, the corporations angry, the biggest polluters angry, the oil companies angry, and a lot of the tech companies who create software that can spy on you, and just companies that don't want to be regulated. The companies that they're the most, the candidate that they're the most angry with is probably the right candidate. That's all I'm gonna say. So, she's not even like 1/1000th, I don't think. Yeah, and I thought it was not Cherokee. I thought it was something else. I don't know what she is. Anyway,
Doop.
Solar powered car, as if the Prius couldn't get any uglier. But this one, they've covered the entire thing in some more efficient solar voltaic cells. And this should be able to drive about, 42 kilometers per day if you leave it parked outside.
Yeah.
So 42 kilometers a day, 44.5 kilometers a day. Their old model could only do about 6 kilometers per day based upon the charging on the roof. Then you had to plug it in. So how many of you drive more than 44.5 kilometers per day? You could have this and be completely green, not plugging into the grid. You're just powered completely by the sun, our nearly infinite resource. That's pretty cool, but God, that's ugly.
Whatever.
Would you drive it if like you just know like you park
Also,
it
how do
outside?
you see out the back? Is there a camera?
They're probably see-through.
Camera or something?
I don't
on
know.
it?
Maybe a camera. I mean, they're developing see-through, but yeah.
On sunny days, sure. What happens in the winter? I mean, the sun is still out in the winter.
You would probably lose 10, 12 kilometers. It still shines through the through the clouds. It's not like you go outside. It's not like it's dark.
Mordecai says plug in. Like there's probably still a means of charging it.
You plug it
Another
in.
yeah.
It's still an electric car,
Yeah.
right? Panels will be covered in snow. You'd have to go out and brush off the panels. That's true. So
I mean, you're pretty much gonna just be driving this around San Francisco anyways. So
yeah, if you
like.
if you live in San Francisco,
Yeah.
they should have measured everything based upon San Francisco, which is completely overcast all the time. So
Yeah.
San Francisco, you'll get 20 kilometers a day.
Yep. Austin, you might get. Maybe,
Austin, you'll get your full 40.
Yeah, there
maybe.
you go.
40, 42, 45.
Yep.
Austin, Texas.
Portland.
About the same as San Francisco.
Yeah,
maybe
give
a
or
little more.
take, maybe.
Summertime
yeah.
a little more. It's fucking sunny outside today. I'm hot. And it's warm in here.
Yeah, it is. Like
All right.
always.
Let's move on then. So speaking of solar stuff, we've got one more solar thing to
see through solar panel. That's
yeah.
yeah.
These are decently efficient.
Read the articles, Justin. Yeah.
It's just when you're not using your phone, you have to leave it out so that they can pick up some ambient light. And I'm not sure how efficient these are going to be, but this is a step toward the future. That's all this is really. I wanted to mention this because, like right now, it's not going to be practical. But in 10 years, this might be how you charge or get 30 to 40% of your charge, maybe more than that, just by like taking your phone and like even right here in the middle of the room, you can put it down. It'll still suck in some rays, not as many if you put it in the window, but. And the cool thing is you don't see the technology. They're see-through. So just sucking up the sun's rays. That's what we got to figure out how to do. Anyway,
Someone's got to do it.
Yes. You guys want to talk about quantum computers?
Yes.
Maybe.
Sure.
I don't actually feel like talking about quantum computers.
My relatives from the West Coast are here visiting me on the East Coast. What beer should I pick up in preparations for their arrival?
Okay,
Logan.
where on the East Coast are you? This is important.
Yeah. All right.
Like
We're going to stop talking about
yeah,
quantum
yeah.
supremacy
Because
for a second.
beer-
Hang on.
Like I need to know where on the East Coast
Yeah.
are you? Are you in North Carolina? Are you in New York? Are you in Florida?
Do you have access to Vermont beers?
Yeah,
Like,
can you get, if you can get Vermont beers, then we'll talk. But if it's only New York beers, then there'd be something different. And if it's in North Carolina, that's something different yet still.
Yeah, like we're here to help, but
New England.
Oh, great. Okay, good.
All right. Well, so if you're in Massachusetts, you're gonna get clown shoes. Just
Yep.
go down to clown shoes and get. If they like darker beers, the Balcorn Unidragon, the blackest beer that they make, I believe it's a double. Let's bring them up, clown shoes.
Yep.
I barely even drink beer these days, but oh yeah. So if that's one thing, right? Mm-hmm. Clown shoes beer.
Yeah.
Bring it up on the. Oh goodness gracious. 37.
Yeah. Always born in the 30s.
I love beer. So yeah, some of these are great. Their IPAs
Ooh.
are pretty good. I'm not sure
Clementine
about
Whiteout. That sounds
their
pretty
mango kolsch. I'm not sure about that, but let's get over to the big ones.
good. Yeah, there you go.
The double IPA is good. I love Space Cake is one of my favorite IPAs. So if you can get Vermont beers, right? Where's the Don't Fear the Reaper? Where's the a lot of IPAs? Where's the big okay?
Long Trail? No, not Long Trail.
Huh?
For Vermont beers?
Vermont beers, well, everyone likes the Alchemist, right? So you got Heady Topper is like one of the top IPAs in the world, and you've got their Focal Bangers, really delicious too. But my favorite beer from Vermont is from a brewery called Lawson's.
Oh, yeah.
Dude started just brewing stuff in his garage, and he got so big because the IPAs were so freaking delicious that he had to find a better place to brew it. So he went down to Connecticut and found a place that has the water pH that's identical to the water pH from his garage, right?
Yeah.
Because he wanted it to taste the same. Now he's doing large-scale operations. If you can get Lawson's, let me just Lawson's Sip of Sunshine is the best, my favorite beer. They also
Period.
make a double sunshine, which is even better, but it's very hard to find. But let's
Oh,
just,
yeah, I've had this before. This is good.
it's so freaking good. Like, the West Coast beers cannot handle this stuff. They don't even, it's like not even close.
Yeah.
Double Sunshine and Sip of Sunshine are the two best IPAs in the world. And I've had IPAs in almost every country that I've been to. So there's nothing better. This is it right here. So, yeah. Professional alcoholic on the job, buddy.
Yep.
Anyway, back to quantum computers, even though this is way more important. Look at that koozie. Yeah.
Oh, you've officially said the cutest word so far this
Koozie.
week. Yeah, koozie.
But it's not a shortened word or anything. It's not short for like koozaholic or something.
I'm just saying, you've so far you've said the cutest word today.
So I win an award for saying cute things.
Yeah, so I get to be grossed out by you for once.
Koozie? Oh, where are we?
We're not here yet.
I don't know where we are.
The one that starts with Q because it's
There.
quantum.
I don't want to talk about quantum computers. There's nothing new.
Fine, go to epicpants.com then.
Yes, guys. My t-shirts. What am I wearing today? I'm not wearing one of our t-shirts today.
I'm not either. I'm advertising for
I'm wearing a Timmy Tech t-shirt. Who are you wearing?
Orcs.
Oh, you're advertising for
The
Dungeons and Dragons.
pop-up tavern experience in Portland.
To be fair, we did sell some of these shirts on epicpants.com. So this is one of Timmy Tech's shirts. So Timmy, if you're watching, cheers. Our beers are really creative in America, I think, because it's like sort of the American thing. Tasty saying over there, like the American thing where like there's no rules anymore. Oh my God, we can put like
We're in Beer Wild West.
chocolate and apricot, put it in a beer.
Yep.
And it's like Germany's like, no, beer has barley, wheat, water. What are you doing?
What is
This is a disgrace. This is not beer.
Shaking their heads at us Americans.
Barley, wheat, water, hops. No.
Yeah.
Like that used to be the law over there. You have these were the ingredients for beer, and anything else could not be called beer. They've relaxed that now, and I think there's down in Bavaria there's a company that made a chocolate beer, and people just lost their fucking minds.
Yeah.
Like, this is not beer.
This is some chocolate sweet.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Get in line. Anyway, yes.
Anyway,
Where were we? Yeah, buy a shirt on Epic Pants, or I'll kill you.
and then I'll kill you.
Dig you up and kill me.
I will bring you back with necromancy, re-kill you, and then possibly bring you back for a second time.
Really?
Yeah.
That's some fancy necromancy.
The only kind of necromancy I know. Speaking of necromancy, Netflix.
We offended lots of Germans. Sorry, Germany.
Yeah.
I would do a Swiss accent if I could do all that stuff, but I
Yeah.
can't.
Not Flemish enough.
I can't. I just sound like a German
Jeez, guys.
I just sound like a German actually.
Super cool, guys.
can't-
Actually.
What is that? Some kind of Swiss mountain speak?
Yeah. The backwoods of Switzerland. Man, I really need to do something about this chair. It's
Excuse me,
just
I'm
making
from
all
Tyrol.
the noises
Yeah,
on
it
the
is.
planet.
Netflix is losing subscribers and shows and stuff.
And confidence.
Are they? Are they?
I'm not confident.
They're still going to take over cable. It's still going to be the biggest streaming service on the planet. I don't
Yeah,
understand.
they still have super. It's because this is like one of the first times they've had such a big drop. With like recent announcements that like
Friends in the Office are gone.
yeah, NBC shows will be leaving in 2020 and stuff like that, or 2021. Like already people are starting to be like, I don't know, but
I'm going to say something that's really people are not going to like.
yeah.
Good.
So
I think it's good, and I'll tell you why. Does anybody want to know why?
sure, why?
I'll tell you why I think it's
Why?
good. Because competition is good. I don't want to go subscribe to NBC, and I don't want to go subscribe to HBO Go, and I don't want to subscribe to all these other services. That's true.
Cheers.
That's true. What's cheers?
Someone's cheering us.
Oh, yes, cheers.
Yeah, cheers.
Oh, shit, I'm almost out of coffee. I don't want to subscribe to all those other services, so I'm going to bellyache and whine like a privileged millennial who wants all of his things on one platform for $10 a month. They also raise their prices a little bit. But
Yeah.
if there's a lot of competition, each one of those platforms is going to be pushed to make the best show possible. So they're going to
Or
hire...
just keep showing The Office.
Right. If you're NBC, it's like, it's done.
Yeah.
People will watch The Office until they're dead, but...
Yeah, I wonder if there's like a $2 package that you can get that literally just gives you The Office that people will just sign up for.
Is Netflix allowed to do live TV?
don't know.
I don't know why they wouldn't be allowed to do live TV. They would
So-
be live streaming or something, but
I would
I
like
don't
to
know
know
why they would.
I would like to know how many people are actually going to like run over to get the NBC service and stuff once all these services start. Like now that all these are coming out, you're like, great, more options. Or you're like, oh my god, too fucking much. And like, with this saturation of these things, are you more likely to get stuff, or are you less likely to get stuff at this rate? Like, is it already just too much?
Let's just bring this up real quick because Disney's going to have their own streaming service soon.
You want that? You want the big one?
The big one, all right. Disney's going to have their own streaming service soon. And hi, Shoden. Let's just bring this up here. So
Jesus.
this is what's going to be on Disney's services. Of course, this is all the Disney stuff right here. Then you've got all the Star Wars stuff. You've got all the Marvel stuff,
Yep.
right? So all that's going to be on there. What else we got? All these weird companies on the side that ABC. Disney owns ABC.
ESPN, Vice, History Channel, A&E.
Right. It just
Yeah.
what on earth is all this stuff? They own GoPro.
Of course.
Good God. So and then all these other little companies over here on the side.
FX.
FX.
Oh yeah, they own Fox
They
now
own
too.
Fox,
Yep.
20th Century Fox.
Yep.
Which
And
that's
all
a
of their subsidiaries.
Fox
now.
was a somewhat recent acquisition, but that means they also now have the rights to, I believe, is that Alita Battle Angel was Fox, 20th Century Fox?
Maybe you keep on asking me about that.
I wonder-
that
you
movie.
gotta
I've-
see it.
Like I've watched it since you asked me if I watched it yesterday.
Have you?
No.
God damn it!
Ugh.
It's better than any Marvel movie I've seen in the last 20 years. I mean, there's still like the plot still had a few like silly parts in it, but the world building was so much fun.
Yeah.
Like it's such a great universe.
Yeah.
If you guys haven't seen Alita Battle Angel, for fuck's sake, go watch it.
So Logan can talk to people about it.
But I want them to make part 2 because I want to see this universe expand. It's great.
Sure.
It's fun.
Who are you gonna call Trustbusters? Ah, nice.
Anyway,
Yeah.
when Disney's streaming service comes out, I think a lot of people are going to get the hell off Netflix and join that instead because they're going to have so many different things.
Yeah.
Anyway.
This is awesome. This is why I fucking love Quentin Tarantino. So, Quentin Tarantino says that the next Star Trek movie is going to be Pulp Fiction in space. He has been arguing with Simon Pegg, who is also very involved with all of the Star Trek series, the Abrams verse, the new ones that have come out, the Kelvin timeline ones. But to the point that like, and I guess Tarantino and Simon Pegg have had like kind of debates on what the new Star Trek's gonna be like, and Simon Pegg was like, well, it's not gonna be like Pulp Fiction in space or anything, and Tarantino was like, no, it's gonna be exactly that. I'm gonna make this a rated R movie, so shut the fuck up.
Yeah, like who's writing this movie, Simon?
Yeah.
Like, sorry, buddy.
Like Tarantino's like, I'm sorry, did you?
Like, I'm not writing Star Trek by Quentin Tarantino. I'm writing a Quentin Tarantino movie that happens to be in the Star Trek universe.
They said it could be canon, so, but whatever. It's weird how all their adventures are PG-13 instead of rated R. Like sometimes you think of rated
they
R.
cursed in Discovery, so it's like all of a sudden now that's okay. Like they cursed once in Discovery, right?
Yeah.
A couple of times in Discovery, and so now, I'm pretty sure that like when that happened, it was like instant boner, and he's like, They cursed.
They can say shit.
Didn't they say fuck?
I don't know. I haven't
What-
watched.
what-
this. I've only watched like the first 4 episodes.
I thought right when the freaking the first time the quantum teleportation happened, I thought one of them said like "what the fuck" or something like that, or
maybe.
I thought they did, or maybe just said shit. But whatever, I'm sure he got like extremely excited. Probably stood on his couch, hurt his back, and was like, "I can do this. I can do Pulp Fiction in space."
Like he breaks the glass that has his Star Trek script written in it, and like it's time. Yeah,
He does. He drops that line.
yeah.
No one's ever dropped that line in real
His
life.
forehead grows a little bit more, and he's like, "It's time."
Has anyone ever walked into a room in your entire life, in your entire real life, and just opened the door and said, "It's time"?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
Not being sarcastic or anything. Just
Yes.
like, for what? What was?
I was a
so-
stage manager, and I had to go tell people on the show that it's time.
It's time. Like, so it's time to go on.
Yeah, like guys, it's time. Like you walk in, like, hey, it's showtime. It's time. You know.
Guys, it's time.
Yeah, it's time. Not like I didn't walk in like, it's time. But you know.
Walk in and cock your weapon.
Yeah.
It's time.
Yeah. No, none of that.
No.
Yeah.
All right. Well, shit.
Great. We didn't actually talk about that article. We just.
Oh.
Great. Warhammer 40k is getting a live action series from the people that did Man in High Castle. Awesome.
We were talking about this a lot last week, but
Yeah.
I mean, this is not Dungeons and Dragons, but we were talking about how people who grew up on Dungeons and Dragons are now the ones creating the shows of the future, and this is exactly what I was talking about. You got Warhammer 40k, which is it's not derivative of Dungeons and Dragons. It's a totally different thing, but it's similar in a lot of ways.
Yeah. But like it's awesome, and it's going to be based on the Eisenhorn trilogy, which is one of the like highest regarded trilogy or series of the entire 40k line.
An overt uses of emotes and stuff. It must be Pistols crowd. What's up, guys?
Hi all Pistols friends.
Thanks for all the anime faces and
Yeah.
stuff.
More.
Yeah, can you guys?
I demand more.
Can you guys? That if you're like really into Twitch, you speak in emotes and stuff.
Yeah.
So, what's up, everybody?
Yeah.
You guys missed all the good stuff. If you guys were here like 5 minutes ago, I had my pants off and I was dancing
Yeah.
on the table.
Yep.
Where were you?
We were singing "Get Out of My Dreams, Get Into My Car," and just
Out of my dreams,
get
into my car. That's what it all happened. You missed it, and we deleted the VOD.
Yeah.
You cannot see the VOD of this hot bod. I'm so sorry. Anyway, Warhammer movie, TV show coming out based upon the things.
The
I'm getting the
Eisenhower.
coffee while you talk
It's gonna
about
be
this.
rad.
This is your cup of tea. You talk about it.
Well-
I'm tangled on the fucking rug.
We already kind of talked about it before you said.
Talk about books?
A little bit, yeah. No, we're going to talk about the next thing. So, Batman Beyond is going to be getting remastered in HD, which is awesome. I know those of you that watch this show religiously, several of you, every so often whenever we talk about genetic modification or anything, I like to invoke the episode about splicing from Batman Beyond. So, this is really exciting for me. And damn, this show was good.
10 out of 10.
10 out of 10, 11 out of 10. Yeah.
I haven't seen it.
Are you guys titty streamers now?
Of course we are.
Yeah, obviously.
Look at this.
Look at them titties.
There we go.
Dem titties, though. Like,
Oh man. So I got a post on Twitter this week.
yeah.
I looked at my numbers and I was like, numbers are a little bit low for all of the marketing bros.
Yeah.
When I send my numbers to marketing bros, they're going to be like, I don't know, you're about 50,000 lower than last month. We don't know what to do with you. So I just tweeted that I'm not really into boobs, right? And oh my God, the anime avatars lost their fucking minds. I was like, I'm not in boobs. What am I? Like, I got like liar, evil,
Yeah.
gay. Like, just they went insane.
How can you not be in the boobs?
The earth exploded. So anyway, that tweet got 40,000 hits and like 8,000 or 800 interactions,
Yeah.
like whether they were retweets or comments. Just like that's how you do Twitter.
Hey, the True Dark Jedi, thanks for
You
subscribing.
want to be number one on Twitter? You bother the people with anime avatars.
A Dark Jedi, but you're not a Sith.
How does this work?
I don't know.
Is that what it says?
It just says the True Dark Jedi. It's cool.
The Dark Jedi.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
Thanks for subscribing. Your
The Force is strong with this one.
Yeah, I'll give you a sensual massage if you're ever in
Yeah.
town. Let me know. Very sensual
Go on a
massage.
Batman Beyond kick. Yeah, dude, really good show. It was just really solid. I mean, back in all the Bruce Timm days of of Batman shows was just really perfect.
Who was the Joker in that one? Was it
Mark Hamill.
Mark Hamill again?
Yeah. Well, in Batman, he was only in the movie because he comes back. But yeah, but Mark Hamill's the Joker for those series.
Nice.
Yeah. And Kevin Conroy, who is, in my humble opinion, the best Batman.
He's got that just, I don't know, he could be an announcer or he could be Batman. Like,
Yeah.
solid voice, you know. Very solid voice.
Someone needs big jugs.
What?
Okay.
Do we have any jugs?
I don't know.
I've only got
So,
alcohol.
have you guys checked out Wonder Draft recently? We've talked about this like a million years ago on the show. But Wonder Draft is probably still the best looking map making program that I've ever come across.
I love programs like this because this originated from someone who was frustrated with the different programs out there to make maps. There are a few different ones that are okay, but he was like, you know what? It didn't do everything I wanted it to do, so I sat down and started programming, and now we've got this. If you guys are into cartography, want to make some maps or playing some video games, you're doing some world building or something like that, this makes maps that could easily go into the cover of any book. They could easily go into any video game. There's enough variety that I don't think people, I mean, not the regular people are not going to stare at this and be like, oh, Wonder Draft.
And literally, like, you can make entire, continents. You can do city generating maps. There's all kinds of different stuff you can do with this, and it's just so
I love
cool and fast, and the way the edge work goes on it and
I
stuff.
love the Continental Edge tools that you can just like draw natural looking coastlines and stuff. That's a coastline edge tool, not continental. Like drawing
Look at that.
rivers. It knows to make the river smaller at the ends and stuff. Lightning.
Just super duper cool. Wonder Draft. If you haven't checked it out before, or if you haven't looked at it in a long time, definitely worth taking a look at.
Yeah, this is our endorsement.
Yeah.
Oh, look at
There's all kind, and it just like every time a new update comes out, you just get this cool new feature that you're like, why doesn't everything have this?
That's exactly what happens when someone's making something for their own use instead of making it to make money.
Yeah.
So buy it. And Mordecai is totally right. Adam West was the best Batman.
Disagree, but we'll move on.
Adam West is hilarious.
So, this is for a Kickstarter called Let's Play Dungeons & Dragons Behind Bars, which is already been half done, but they're trying to finish the documentary. But it is a really deep documentary about, from Clear Creative, that's all about prisoners and playing Dungeons & Dragons all the way to the point of, like, prisons that have outlawed it and, like, how they generate their own dye and things like that and how they make their own materials and stuff. And
Pathfinder.
Yeah.
That's going to make them really angry when someone tries to game the system. But it's interesting. When you look at the statistics, the people who are playing Dungeons and Dragons end up better off than the people who are not playing Dungeons and Dragons while they're in prison.
Sure.
And what I want to know is which prisons allow Dungeons and Dragons and who do I have to kill to get into those prisons? Because can you imagine no responsibility, no bullshit? You get three squares a day, Yep. And I ain't going to be nobody's bitch.
And it starts, it kind of focuses about this guy, Kevin, who, like, was playing D&D for a long time and DMing and, like, walked into his cell one day to find all of his materials had just been confiscated, including, like, hundreds of pages of handwritten notes and maps and things like that.
Some from Gary Gygax.
And they said that he couldn't do it, and Gary Gygax himself showed up at his trial to be like, no, he should be able to play and stuff. And eventually he won the lawsuit that kind of made it so that there are several California-based prisons that allow fantasy gaming. A lot of other prisons actually outlaw it because they don't want them to have the escapism. But
if you look at it, there's a couple different ways to look at this. Like a lot of the prisons in America are about punishment and not rehabilitation.
Yep.
Whereas when you go to like Scandinavian stuff, those prisons they look like apartments, a lot of them, and they're about rehabilitation. They're about giving people the tools they need to go back into society and not make the same mistakes or not have to resort to, thievery and stuff like that or whatever put them in jail in the first place. Like, we don't want you guys to have to resort to that, so we're going to help you get tools that you need and help you get some mental help and, like, make you feel like a human for a little while. So I think when you have that mentality, this kind of fits into that because you're expanding their creative abilities, and that's a really important thing. Yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about that.
By the way, a shiv does 1d4 damage with the finesse property.
But without it, it's 1d2, right?
What?
Without the finesse property?
No, that just means you can use your dexterity modifier instead of your strength modifier to attack and damage with it.
1d4. It's the same
Yeah,
as a
it's
dagger,
the same.
right?
Yeah, it's Shiv's a dagger basically.
It's like a tiny little makeshift dagger.
I mean, I get. Okay, fine. You can have it do a D2 if you want.
I'll do a D2 if I'm running the game.
Fine. Your Shiv sucks.
But you could still have the...
Mine's a +1 returning Shiv.
returning shift.
Yeah, suck it.
Oh, God, you're so full of shit. All right, so Apex Legends. This is a lot of fun, but
Yeah.
if you're a
Prison
cheater...
LARPing. Woof.
Well,
Should I tell the Rochambeau story?
yes.
Okay.
It is
so
time.
Speaking of LARPing, all right, I gotta.
You guys got it. There's a good LARPing story
Okay,
coming
so
up.
I got a good LARPing story for you guys
Let
here.
me see if this is too hot to drink, because I want to sit here and drink and listen.
So, I was talking with a friend of mine who's also a dungeon master, and he was talking about Vampire the Masquerade. And we got onto the subject of LARPing and stuff. And he was like, oh, yeah, when I was in college, we actually used to do LARPing of Vampire the Masquerade.
Let me come in here. So when you play Vampire the Masquerade in a tabletop, you roll dice to see what happens when you're trying to attack someone or something like that. So that's how you do it in the tabletop. But when you're LARPing, you can't just carry around dice and roll them all the time.
Yeah.
They have to have a different system. So
So I asked, I wanted to know how that was done because I was like, well, how do you do it without dice? And he told me, oh, well, we just Rochambeau for it. And I fucking lost it. And I will tell you why. And it is because the only other time I've ever heard the phrase Rochambeau was on that episode of South Park when anytime they said they would Rochambeau for it, they would kick each other in the nuts to see who could, last the longest and stuff. So when he told me that, I got this image of a bunch of, college-age kids dressed up like vampires hanging out in the woods and just railing each other in the nuts and then being like, celerity, obfuscation, wham, wham, wham. So
Rochambeau.
yeah, so I lost it. I fucking lost it.
These edgelords in trench coats in the woods, just kicking each other in the nuts.
Smashing each other in the nuts and screaming about damage.
Well, Rochambeau is a fancy way to say rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah, I learned that shortly after.
But it's like, I feel like the edgelords, when they get together and they play vampire, they don't want to say, what do you guys do? Rock, paper, scissors? We go into the woods and we Rochambeau. Oh, God.
Yes, I have seen the Stranger Things Dungeons & Dragons starter set, Tasty.
It does look interesting.
It does look pretty neat.
I'm busy collecting second edition and Legendary Adventure. If anybody has the Legendary Adventure core rulebook and wants to sell it to me for cheaper than $75, let me know, because cheapest I can find is $75. I've got the
Be
Dungeon
our hero.
Master. I've got the Dungeon Master guide, but that was the last RPG that Gary Gygax wrote when he wasn't involved with SSI and Wizards of the Coast or any of those companies. So
TSR, I like it.
TSR,
So, yeah,
yeah.
and it was designed to be more of everyone has a position in the adventuring party and you really need to work together. It's not like in 5th edition where you can be like, I'm a fighter that also knows how to pick locks and all these other things. Everyone had really defined roles and stuff in it and you had to play them or else your party would fucking die.
I also like the magic system. In fact, we were talking about a magic system and then I looked at, what's that? You sold yours with all your second edition stuff and you didn't call me. I have a good collection of second ed stuff. It's second ed's still my favorite, but THAC 0 was a little bit confusing for some. So
yeah, armor class 0.
I always call it THACO, and that bothers people.
That's how everyone pronounces it, THACO.
Really?
Yeah.
I've been corrected so many times by people who are like, "Excuse me, it's THAC 0."
I've never had anyone tell me it was THAC 0.
I had a very tense moment where someone was like upset with me, and it was like they got close and they were like, "It's THAC 0. Do you really play D&D?" And I was like, "Whoa, buddy! Okay."
Yeah.
I said THACO. Sorry.
Oh, Dark Jedi, you're killing us, man.
What do you do?
And he's local. He would have been so easy. It hurts. It hurts here.
Where did you sell them? Let's go get them.
Actually, Pistol's pussing up the glasses. Actually.
Actually.
What was that joke that the barista told us the other day?
Who? The barista told us?
What does a mansplainer drink out of?
Oh yeah.
Actually.
Where does a mansplainer get his water?
Drink his water.
Well.
Actually.
We were just in a coffee shop bullshitting, and the barista came over. He's like, "Hey guys," but it's Portland, so he said mansplainer instead of neckbeard.
Yeah.
Because I guess mansplainer is a more politically correct term than neckbeard. But if you're talking to another man, can you mansplain to another man?
Probably. Is that just having a conversation?
Yes, two men having a conversation or mansplaining each other. I've had a few Portland moments this week, and I'm not even going to talk about them. But yeah.
Oh wait, did we talk about this one?
We didn't talk about this one.
Oh.
Quick mention.
Woo!
Ubisoft is now making more money on PC than they are on PS4. It's now their top revenue generator,
Hooray.
meaning that PC is good. Anyway, of course, when you got games like, I know, 1800 and stuff like that, those are going to be better on PC. But there's that. And now we've got some new mysterious tinfoil hat stuff here from the latest update to Dota 2. Apparently, there's lots of interesting code that's in the latest engine update that talks about Citadel quite a bit. What is the Citadel thing?
Who knows what Citadel could be?
What does this mean? Nav Citadel? What could this mean? You know, everyone thought that maybe they were talking about their new VR Half-Life game. But this looks like it could be something different. What is it? Are there more, there's more code? What does this mean? You see this
Could it be an Illuminati subplot?
Half-Life 3? It's probably not Portal because the Citadel's from Half-Life. This has to be Half-Life, guys. It has. Oh, what's this? More words on the screen. What,
Minimap! I saw the word minimap!
uh-oh. Soundscapes Citadel.txt. What does it mean?
Do, 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 do.
Ba-na-na-na.
Dun, dun, dun.
Come on, we got some more.
Markup Citadel.
What does it mean? All right, I've had enough. This could be something. I don't know what. If Valve is actually making games again, why does everyone freak out about Valve so much? They made like 3 or 4 good games, and then they just stopped making games, and they've become a company that has a really good platform with lots of awesome memes of Gabe Newell, and then now they're everyone's like hero.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a better platform than Epic, but Epic's giving away so much free shit, ain't they?
They sure are. Like Limbo.
Limbo's for
Limbo's
free
free
right
on
now.
Epic right now.
But, you know, they're actually a spy company, a Chinese spy company.
I heard it was the Russians.
Was it?
Yeah.
So it's actually a shell company set up in China, but it's all actually Russians, and they're capturing everything you do on your webcam.
Yep.
But
They're just staring at your face.
Limbo's free.
Yep.
Limbo was good, but Inside was really fucking good. Pistol, did you play Inside yet? I gifted that to you just so you could play it, and because I know you'd like it. It's like another world, but even better.
Oh yeah, is anyone going to Area 51? Any you guys gonna go to Area 51?
Yeah.
Anyone?
Anybody?
Yeah.
I don't even know if I gifted you that game or not. I'm just trying to make you feel guilty for things that's what people do when they care about each other. They make each other feel guilty for nonsense.
Yeah.
So when Halloween comes around, you better play Inside on stream. I'll gift it to you again if you don't already have it. And I won't watch the stream because you always stream when I'm fucking cooking. For hours. I cook for hours.
She literally watches the camera in your house to see when you're cooking and then starts streaming.
There's a camera in my house.
Yeah, you never... Oh.
How much are you paying the fucking Russians? Anyway...
Comrade.
Zen. We're going to get Zen pretty soon, but the Black Mesa is like the game that is not made by Valve, but it's made by some other guys. I don't know. And it's a retelling or a remake of Half-Life 1, and they've never finished Zen. But Zen is almost finished, and it looks beautiful. Also, they redid the UI. If you guys haven't played Black Mesa and you like first-person shooters, this is where first-person shooters evolved. They evolved for, Half-Life was the moment where it was like, what? We could do all this? And then Halo came out on consoles a little while later, and all my friends freaked out, and I was like, guys, I already have Half-Life. I've done it all before. I've fought aliens.
But Halo, bro.
Halo, I've tried Halo, and
Yeah.
I couldn't, the multiplayer was fun, I guess. If you like shooting people 900 times or once with a pistol in the head.
Like, had 100% more chanting in it. So.
Okay, if you bought Black Mesa, then you're in for some treats. But anyway, let's skip in here. Like, new HD mod package for The Witcher 3. It's on the Nexus right now.
Mm.
Look at the differences. The Witcher 3's original textures, I thought they looked good until I saw what they've done to them. There we go. Look at this.
And then you're like, what is this blurry garbage I've been looking at?
Yeah, all this time. I wasn't wearing my glasses. I mean, look at the texture differences.
Wow.
It's going to hit your frame rate a little bit, but, I mean, let's face it, you guys are all, rich. You've got better than a 1080. You've got a 2070. You've got a new RX 5700 or something.
Look at that detail on that metal. Whew.
Oh, yeah.
Now there's some snow I could walk in.
That's some powdery. That looks crunchy now.
Yep.
Oh, this rock, this is impressive.
Yep. Oh, So much moss.
That is a better rock now.
Yeah.
Wow, those chains are now looking like chains instead of video game chains. Anyway, if you guys want an update for The Witcher 3,
If your wood grain just isn't good enough yet, now's the time.
I'm going to install it. I've installed the
Sure.
previous version. This is the newest version, so it makes a difference.
Yep.
Makes me feel like a better person. All right, Prey is oh shit, didn't mean to do that.
Prey is 80%
$5.99.
off.
You paid Prey, right?
Yeah.
Is it worth $6?
Yeah, I would definitely pay $6 for it.
I paid $6 for it yesterday. I probably never play it, but I'll get around to it eventually, maybe.
I will say I've started Prey twice because I played it once and then like walked away from it and then was like, man, I've been 3 hours into the game, I forgot what I was doing, so I'll start again. And then played it for another 3 hours and then walked away from it. But the power systems in it's pretty neat. The fact that you can like start turning into coffee mugs and stuff and like
Right.
using that to your advantage to move around is pretty cool.
Yeah, Arcane Studios makes good stuff. If you guys haven't played the Dishonored games, Dishonored 2 it had a couple of levels that are just masterpieces, and then a bunch of levels that were kind of average. But it's worth playing for those couple of levels that are just like, wow, this is a masterpiece. So, and Dishonored 1 was a great game all the way through. But I like Arcane Studios; they do good stuff.
Yeah.
If you like the old Thief games and Deus Ex, then Prey everyone seemed to like. So. No, we've
Again,
already gone
Limbo
over that,
3.
yep.
And then the next two games are going to be Moonlighter and This War of Mine.
Did you like Moonlighter?
I did. I really liked Moonlighter.
So,
Definitely a worthwhile pickup.
and I haven't played this War of Mine, but I'm kind of looking forward to it. If you want something slower and more introspective and thoughtful and tragic,
Sure.
then
Yeah. Moonlighter was a lot of fun.
cool. Is that everything?
Yeah, that's all stuff we pulled up as we were talking.
Let's see what kind of a shit show. Everyone on the East Coast, this is what you have to look forward to if you come visit us in Portland.
Here we go.
Other than subscribers get the sensual massage. Mm-hmm. So if you come to Portland, you'll get that. But you'll also get to look forward to this.
You get to look forward to a male defecating and urinating in the middle of the intersection at Northeast 48th and Sandy. Classy.
That's a very heavy metal part of town.
Police to Northeast 66 and Wygant report of a female armed with an axe upset about some tree trimmers in the area. Tree trimmers have backed off and
Yeah.
are waiting for police to respond.
Yeah. That's how you do it. You save the fucking trees.
Yeah, with an axe. Seems like she's delivering maybe the wrong message. I don't know.
No, the tree trimmers around here, they are not okay. I am on her side. Let me tell you something about living around here. People trim their fucking trees 5 times a week. It's ridiculous. And it's like they want to just have a bunch of sticks in their front yard. They don't want foliage. They don't want anything to block their view. It was worse when I lived in Seattle. I could not sleep because every day I would be woken up at 7 in the morning to and I look outside, I'm like, they're cutting their trees again. What the fuck are they doing? So I was renting a place and a bunch of tree guys showed up to cut the trees. This is when I was living up there and Pistol was there. And there's these dudes out there and they're cutting the trees and they showed up and they're like, yeah, we're here. The landlord hired us to come and cut off all the dead branches, right? Just get rid of all the undergrowth, you know, like as the pine trees grow, the lower branches become irrelevant because they're not getting any sunlight and they kind of just die. So they were cutting all those off. And I look out there and they're like, there's tons of green like on the ground and like they keep cutting and cutting and cutting. I was like, what are these guys doing? So I went outside and I was like, if I see one more fucking green leaf on the ground, I will kill everyone here. And the dudes were like, what the hell? This is Seattle. No one talks like that around here. They stopped and it was wonderful.
Nice.
But that's the tree trimming. I totally support her. She like, I'm gonna go like find who she is and hire her to
Give her like a golden axe
yeah.
as a reward.
This is a +2.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry.
That's fine.
That really spoke to me.
Police to the TriMet Delta Park Vanport Max Station, where all the shit always goes down. Report of an elderly female on the train using a syringe as a weapon and threatening people. The entire train is being evacuated.
What's the syringe have? Is it a diseased syringe?
Is it filled with bleach or something? I don't know.
Probably a diseased.
Yeah. Okay, so here, I would like to point this one out. This is one of those ones that's, like, a lot of the times we'll be like, suspect was seen holding a paint roller. Another person called and thought it was suspicious. Okay, here we have, caller reports they saw a male loading rounds into a rifle and thought it was suspicious. That is an activity that when you see someone on the street doing in public is suspicious and call-worthy.
Right.
When you see someone that appears to be dressed like a security guard walking around a building with other security guards, that's not suspicious. Just say, yeah.
There's so many times people call and they're like, there's a guy licking his toes on the sidewalk, suspicious activity. Like, leave him alone.
Yeah.
But this, like standing out front with a T-shirt on that says "Everyone must die," loading a rifle. That's
Yeah.
I've added to this. This is for the nightly news now.
Yeah.
Can't have the truth. Anything else? That's
Oh,
good?
we're back to the last week with the male associated with a Winnebago throwing knives at a tree. No further calls.
What is she armed with? Vaccines.
Yeah. She's gonna give your kids autism.
Oh, help me! She's got an autism gun.
She's like the Krampus of like affecting your kids. She's actually some ancient and old entity that just runs around vaccinating your kids with autism. And yeah. That's what could have stopped her. Could have been a hero.
We don't need any more autism. So I think we should take her out, yep.
Yeah.
Anti-vax moms.
And the anti-vax moms are like, well, my friend Bethany said on Facebook that it actually is true, so who am I going to believe, this scientist or Bethany? Bethany.
Of course, Bethany. She's my friend.
Yeah.
And she's on Facebook. Oh.
Bethany, you suck.
That's enough. Yes. Push that thing. We're leaving. Goodbye, everybody. No fancy ending. Where's the button?